And a very good evening to all my viewers out there. We are here in beautiful downtown Montreal on this snowy evening. And right now it is Tuesday, January the 8th, 2019, approximately 10:18 p.m. And if you know me and you know my channel, you know just how much I love the snow. And the last 24 hours has not disappointed me. Well, I guess I'm a little disappointed because there was a little bit of rain that came today. And the snow that's falling right now, although it is very scenic, I prefer the more powdery variety. This stuff here, I'll quickly show you. This is good for making, you know, snowballs, snowmen. So this is the wet, compact stuff as opposed to the more powdery snow that tends to fall when it's colder out, but I'll take it. And they also said that the next couple of weeks, barring no surprises, there should be more seasonal temperatures for this time of year. So anyways, we're going to do a little walking video tonight here, and this is President Kennedy Street, and I am heading in the west direction. I may go on to Sherbrooke Street, or I may head on to the Maisonneuve. Not quite sure yet. We'll see as we walk. Now, obviously with the snow that's falling now, I don't think they're going to start any snow removal operations right now, at least not the bigger ones that they do. And in fact, I don't even think this winter we have had one normal snow removal operation. You know, where they actually put the no parking signs on the streets and bring out the snow blowers and all that. So maybe they will in this case. Depends how much accumulation falls. They're saying maybe 5 to 10 centimeters tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We'll just have to see. But of course I like filming in the snow as well at night because it gives you a little bit more lighting, a little bit more luminosity in the videos. And figured the downtown core is a good place to do that as we approach McGill College Street. And the temperature right now, by the way, is about maybe 0 degrees, so right at the freezing mark. And it is going down to minus 30, I believe, this weekend coming up. So that should be interesting to see what happens. And of course, just down here, that's where we had that high-rise fire a few months ago, I think in August. In the summer or fall, I think it was late summer. And that's where they're building that new train station. And you'll notice that they took all the construction material away, and that's because they weren't actually building the train station. They were just rearranging the wires and the pipes underground so that when they do start making the train station, there won't be any infrastructure in the path. But I'll tell you what, we'll walk down here and maybe we'll turn here. We'll go west, and then we'll turn south onto Mansfield, which is coming up here. And you know, maybe I'll do some side streets. Maybe I'll do the bigger ones, but I'll try to go back and forth whatever street I'm on between the different sides. There's the Scotiabank building up there. So we'll head this way. We'll go, like I said, south for a little bit here on Mansfield. Give you an idea of how bright these new skyscrapers are that are being built. This is the Manulife building up there. And this, of course, coming up is de Maisonneuve. So maybe we'll walk on de Maisonneuve for a bit. Across here for a little. Ending on this street. So we'll walk on the north side of de Maisonneuve for a while. And then we'll head to the south side, where they have the bike path that is, in theory, supposed to be open all year round. And switch lenses here as well. So it's very slushy as well right now because, like I said, there was some snow earlier that melted because of the rain and the warmer temperatures. And then we have the snow that went on top of that. Interesting work of art in there. So these signs right here are reminiscent of what you'll see in a snow removal operation, and I'm wondering if that's what the purpose of this is. So we'll cross here and we'll continue west on the other side of the street here. And this right here is that bike path that I was talking about, which right now hasn't been plowed, but probably will be soon enough, shortly. And this is Metcalfe right here. Metcalfe and de Maisonneuve. And even in winter, I mean, downtown is quite lively. Alright, so as I said, sometimes at traffic lights I pause the video until the light changes, just to save a little battery. Memory is not so much a concern anymore, as I have 128 gigabytes on this memory card on my phone. So there's no such thing as a video that's too long anymore. But battery wise, that's another story. You gotta always, especially in winter, you always gotta be prepared and be aware of what your battery's at. Icefall. Yeah, and the reason they have those signs is because a lot of these buildings, especially at the higher levels, they accumulate ice. And when the temperatures get warm, a lot of that ice that's built up, it's on an angle. It's on some kind of a base that's on an angle. And when the temperatures get warm, well, that ice slides off. So it's kind of like this here. And it just slides right off onto the street below. So that's why they have those signs. And they're quite common. There's a lot of buildings in downtown Montreal that might even close the sidewalk directly under the building because of that falling snow risk. Here's another variation of those LED lights. You can tell the ceiling, the clouds are low. And of course in this direction that I'm panning, which is north, Mount Royal's down there as well. And this is Peel and de Maisonneuve, where I am right now. And there's the Peel metro station, one of multiple entrances. So I'm going to try to film, in theory, all the way to Guy Concordia metro. But we'll see what happens. And by the way, one other thing I wanted to mention in regards to videos, I'll just pass this music here. A little bit too loud, some sectors. Yeah, so anyway, sorry about that. As I was saying, you know, I have a very large memory card. The only problem is each video, I think the maximum I can film is about 20 minutes. But it doesn't cut the video off. It just resumes filming, but onto another video. But when I upload that video to YouTube, unfortunately, it does split the video. So if I make you know, one big video that's 40 minutes, when I upload it to YouTube, one video is going to be 20 minutes long and the other will be 20 minutes long. So it kind of creates a little bit of a headache for me, especially when I'm not aware when it's about to cut off. So I might have to put that in each video, you know, notifying my great YouTube viewers out there of that predicament. And I usually, if it's, you know, multiple videos that I intend to have as one video, I'll put video 1 of 2 or video 2 of 4, whatever. Probably, which I'll do in this case. Predicting there'll be about 2 or 3 videos. Yep. And now we're coming up to Drummond Street as we continue walking westbound here on the Maisonneuve. We'll switch sides in a minute here. May go on to St. Catherine, may go on to Sherbrooke. Depends how I feel, I guess. I like a little bit of randomness in my walking videos. Check this out here. Anyone want to buy some vacant commercial space? I wonder if that light up there is original. And I also wonder what was in this building. I have to check Google Maps, Google Street View. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna go towards St. Catherine Street here. I'm gonna turn south and see what we could see here. It looks like the snow here is a little bit higher than on the larger streets. Look at this. And this is the Mount Stevens Club. This building right here, I filmed when I first started my YouTube channel because they were doing construction, and I guess they hit a wall or something and they had to close it down and inspect it. But this is a very old building. And I think a couple of my viewers even said they were in that building a couple of times and they got to see the inside. But you can tell it's very old, very very decorated inside. And that may be a good candidate for a thumbnail. There we go. All right. So now we're going to head on to St. Catherine Street for a bit and continue west. And like I said, if this video cuts off, just remember I do have another video, the second part of this video that I'll upload on my channel. So if it awkwardly cuts off, like I said, just remember there's another one. Let's take a look here at this building. I'm going to cross the street here. This building here, I think I was in once for a job interview years ago. But the elevators in here, if I remember, are one of the most beautiful elevators in the city. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, check that out. You can kind of see in there. They have that old dial type mechanism on it that it actually tells you the floors, but it's like a clock. And it's like a minute hand or a second hand. And as the floors change wherever the elevator is, that little hand moves to indicate where the elevator is at any given time. Very old style. So many elevators that are hidden in these side streets, you know, and love to get some more videos. So now we're heading on to St. Catherine Street. And you can tell it's getting a little bit noisier. So we'll walk on St. Catherine for a bit. And then maybe we'll head to the next street parallel to St. Catherine, south of St. Catherine Street, who knows. So we'll start on this side, start on the north side. So again, right now I'm walking west, or will be, and this way here is east. Just to give you a little bit of an orientation of where I am right now. And yeah, like I said, this street here, very well lit up for nighttime videos. A lot of old buildings here as well. So in here, I have some pretty nice escalators as well. Probably modernized over the last few years, but And these Christmas decorations, by the way, I think they're more winter decorations because they keep them out all year. So what I'll do up here on Montagne, or Mountain Street, Rue de la Montagne, is I'll cross over the street onto the other side and we'll walk there for a bit. First I'll cross at the light here, or never mind, I'll cross here and then cross over the other side. There we go. Alright, so now we just have to wait for this light and continue heading west. You can see all the snow is beginning to accumulate, and this is what I'm talking about. A lot of slush, a lot of, you know, a mix of snow and all kinds of things on these street corners. Makes it challenging. Thank God my boots are slightly waterproof. And the wind is a little bit strong here, so I may decide to go to another street. For now we'll walk here. There's the Ogilvy department store, where they used to have the Ogilvy Christmas window, which was moved to the McCord Museum, which I did a video of recently. There's a rare telephone booth. These things are rare now. Who would have ever thought someday we would say payphones would be rare? Right. Sign of the times. And there, of course, is the Apple Store. Montreal Apple Store. Alright, just had to clean the lens there a bit. Alright, so yeah, this is the Montreal Apple Store. The only Apple product I've ever bought was an iPod. And I thought at the time it was pretty good. I think this was back in 2011. And, you know, I wasn't too familiar with all the smartphones and all that. But then I decided, read about Android and everything, and all these other types of phones. Tried out an Android, you know, one of the primitive smartphones at the time. And yeah, I stuck on Android ever since. Alright, just waiting for the light. So as I was saying, you know, I tried, had an iPod, never had an iPhone. And the iPod Touch, it was a very basic one, or an iPod Mini, I forget what it was. It was the very basic version one, very simple version of the bigger ones. I got it there. And like I said, I seen iPhones and everything, and then, you know, I didn't really know at the time because I had a phone that was, I don't even think it was iPhone or Android, I think it was a flip phone. But then I think it was a very simple smartphone. My very first smartphone that I got was very simple, and it was an Android. And then I think I tried an iPhone. Somebody that I knew had an iPhone. I tried their iPhone out for a bit and compared, and let me tell you, Android, in my opinion, is much better. And that's just my opinion. Obviously, you know, some of my viewers out there may prefer Apple, others may prefer Android. But in my opinion, it's all overpriced. It's all hype, and you know, nothing annoys me more than people that, you know, as soon as a new phone comes out, whether it's Apple or Android, they actually camp outside waiting for that product to be released. But as much as I love my technology, I'm not that obsessive, and unfortunately, a lot of people do it for the status. You know, they want to have, oh, look at me, I have the latest technology, the latest phone. Or look at me, I can afford it. Me, like I said, I have an LG. I had a Samsung before this one. But as for my next phone, I'm still debating. This one's up next year, and we'll see what happens. But as somebody that, you know, cares a lot about YouTube, my main priority in looking for a phone will be one that has a very good quality camera. And, you know, very good picture quality, especially when it comes to recording. But as I said, my big dream one day is to actually have a proper camera, which I know I've been saying it since I had my channel, but this could be the year it happens. I've begun doing my research. I know a couple of my viewers out there have giving me suggestions, different types of cameras, different budgets. But, I'll definitely make a decision soon. So we're at 20 minutes right now, so this video, if it hasn't cut off yet, might soon. And again, just a reminder, I have another second video, which is technically the second part of this one, which we'll upload. So now we're coming up to Guy Concordia. This is Mackay or McKay. And we'll head back on this side. Follow the light. And we'll conclude, maybe not at Guy. Maybe we'll go a block or two. Maybe we'll go where the fire station 10 is, St. Matthew Street. Why not, right? If our video's gonna cut off, might as well make the second video long as well. Alright, so we got the go ahead to cross. And I'll tell you what, how about we go, yeah, we're gonna go, yeah, we'll stay, let's go this way, a little indecisive there. We'll head back north onto de Maisonneuve. And this is, by the way, Concordia University, this whole building. So now, yeah, there's a look inside. I did a couple of elevators in there. And then there's the library, I believe. So yeah, we'll go back to de Maisonneuve, and then we'll conclude on St. Matthew Street. So another maybe 5-10 minutes of filming. This old style apartment building here. And by the way, if I haven't mentioned already, Christmas holiday vacation's over, so back to work. But for daytime videos, you know, I did fit a couple of daytime videos into my vacation time. I'm going to try to do more on weekends, Saturdays, Sundays. And if you think about it, well, we're almost technically in the middle of January, and then it's February and March, April, May, and we got nice weather starting. Old style lobby. Like I said, I'm hoping for at least 1 or 2 big snowstorms. I'm talking about 25 centimeters of snow. But as of now, like I said, in terms of snow, winter's been pretty disappointing. Part of climate change, maybe part of what is that, El Nino system, which is active this year, bringing all that weather, warm weather, warm ocean currents, messing around with them. I've actually heard a report on the news that the reason why we didn't get a lot of snow in December was because a lot of the weather systems came from you know, Texas and Florida. So as you know, it's very warm down there, and that's why those systems brought mostly rain. And the usual systems we get in winter comes from Colorado, where it's more, you know, more of a colder system.